welcome to When the Smoke Clears. My name is Joel. I wanted to come to you today to talk about chapter 3 in the NA book. It's titled Why We Are Here. And before we get into that, let's have a moment of silence for the addict who still suffers, and we'll follow that by the Serenity Prayer. Thank you. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Alrighty, well, let's dig right in. I'm going to read the first part of this, Why We Are Here, in chapter 3 of the NA book. Okay, it says, before coming to the fellowship of NA, we could not manage our own lives. We could not live and enjoy life as other people do. We had to have something different, and we thought we had found it in drugs. We placed their use ahead of the welfare of our families. Our wives, our husbands, our children. We had to have drugs at all costs. We did many people great harm, but most of all, we harmed ourselves. Through our inability to accept personal responsibilities, we were actually creating our own problems. We seemed to be incapable of facing life on its own terms. Most of us realized that in our addiction, we were slowly committing suicide, but addiction is such a cunning enemy of life that we had lost the power to do anything about it. Many of us ended up in jail or sought help through medicine, religion, psychiatry. None of these methods was sufficient for us. Our disease always resurfaced or continued in progress until, in desperation, we sought help from each other in Narcotics Anonymous. After coming to NA, we realized we were sick people. We suffered from a disease from which there is no known cure. It can, however, be arrested at some point, and recovery is then possible. It is, I guess, to better understand that chapter, I guess for anybody just reading the book, it's just a chapter of an addict, of the progressive problems of how we thought that we could manage our lives and use at the same time. Basically, that's in a nutshell. And, to come to find out that it's a slow-eating disease. So it will consume you physically, mentally, emotionally. It will destroy everything in its path. And unfortunately for those who are addicts, sometimes you are lucky to figure out that you have the disease. Sometimes you will wind up in a situation that hits you, and you find out that your disease has landed you there, like going to jail, or perhaps it could be losing your job, losing your family, or losing it all, and losing your mind. So it is it's a disease that isn't discriminatory against anything or anybody, and it will take and consume and eat away at the very existence of the human life. So you'll have to I guess when you're reading the book, and when you're reading the chapter, and when you're in the in your journey in recovery, always have to be open-mindedness, that's for sure. And know that, the journey isn't going to be a short journey. It wasn't a short journey for you to become an addict, and it wasn't a short journey for you to, land in jail or to, lose everything and become homeless, or, or just, be sick, in the hospital and in institutions and stuff like that. So, I guess, to understand all those things and to understand when you are to that point where what are we doing here, and how is it that I'm able to help the folks on the other side of the fence where you used to be at. And if you're one of those who are still on that side of the fence, is how to recognize and how to maneuver your way so you can come on this side of the fence. And one of the first steps to that is admitting to yourself that something's wrong, and that's one of the hardest parts, that if not the hardest part for most, is admitting that, hey, you know what, this thing that I'm doing isn't working, and it's landed me nowhere but into negative situations, and I'm tired of it, and how do I get out of it? And is there any help for me? Or am I so low down at the totem pole that, nobody's going to notice? And I'm here to tell you that if people do notice. The folks who are in the community of recovery will notice. And if you set foot in any meeting, whether it's NA or AA, Al-Anon, I don't care which of the 12-step programs that you decide to put your foot into, someone will notice and someone will care. And be open-minded, knowing that it's not going to be an easy thing to do. You do have to put the legwork in, and there's going to be some suffering, there's going to be some pain, and there's going to be some tough days ahead. But if you weather the storm, know that the sunshine is going to finally break through those clouds, and you're going to start seeing and feeling the rewards of not using. And when you go from being full-blown addiction to not using at all, there's there's a thing that you'll have to start figuring out, and everybody is figuring out things is going to be a little different than the next guy or the next girl, and it is just how and what you involve yourself in that's going to help you progress in your recovery. And that means you have to be truthful with everything that you put into it. You have to be open-minded to new ideas and new living and new change, because it is a change. And in that life that that is full-blown darkness and using every day, is going to be totally 360 opposite change than waking up and doing things on a daily basis without using. And I'm here to tell you that it's tough at first. By no means is it easy. But once you get past that hump, and once you start getting into that routine, things progressively start to get easier and easier. But the trick is not to get so complacent, and so once you get used to it and think that gosh, I've been sober for a good while now, and hey, I'm good. because I've been there, you will, it's hard, it's easy. Let me say that it's easy to gradually, not attend a meeting, gradually not pick up the book, gradually not be connected to your higher power, and you get into this routine of life without using and substituting the using part with other things like hobbies or work, and it becomes easy to forget about the what got you there. And when you do that, believe it or not, it's a red flag, and you have to be mindful. And personally, I'll do a routine, or I'll do something in the morning when I get up that reminds me that, hey, today is a new day. Today is your first day of being sober. Just for today. Forget what happened yesterday. Today, we're starting all over again. And so I will meditate for a little while in the morning, and I'll make sure I'll read a little bit of the Bible, or I'll read a little bit of my NA book or the AA book, or some type of literature that involves recovery and addiction, and so it keeps me reminded of my disease, so that it's not easy for me to trip up, and it makes me aware. I pay attention to detail. Being an ex-military guy, paying attention to detail for me is key to a lot of the things that I do. So in my recovery, it is I pay attention to detail, and it helps. So know that once you're on the side of recovery, then you only can do things to better yourself and to help others. And for me, it's making these videos, and just if I'm reading something, or if I hear a story from someone and I think it's interesting, and I think that it helps, or it brings back a memory of how it helped me, then I'll share it. So I just encourage everybody to encourage the audience to don't forget where and how you got to the recovery side of addiction. And if you're not on the recovery side of addiction yet, just know that you can be, through simple steps of admitting, asking for help, and being open-mindedness, being truthful, and be willing to the change and to the help. Because, like I said, the community of recovery isn't one to badmouth you, isn't one to, put, negative thoughts or things into you and beat you up about, about your addiction and your disease. We're here to help. We're here to encourage. And I know everybody that I know in recovery and in the programs, in different meetings here around town, they're all positive. They've all, they all want to see you do well, and they'll help you. They're a crutch for you to get out and to stay clean. And if you feel that you're, don't be, because I've been there. I've been there at times where I just felt like, man, I don't need no help. I got this. And if I want to quit, I can quit. Because I used to be, people would ask me all the time, why, Think you could quit if you wanted to? Yeah, I can quit. I mean, I don't get high because I'm addicted. I'm getting high just because I like it. And, you know, that's how I thought. And that was my excuse. That, you know, hey, I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. I'm not doing it because I'm addicted. But, you know, lo and behold, I was still saying those things when I lost my job, when I lost my company, when I lost my family, when I lost my house, when I was sitting in a tent somewhere in the woods, when I was sitting somewhere in a bando, you know, when I was, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, cold as hell, and I'm on a fucking park bench. And it's, you know, I'm still thinking the same thing. I can, you know, I'm not addicted. I'm just, you know, I'm just here because, you know, I had a, you know, little string of bad luck, and I can, you know, if I get high, I'm gonna get high because I like it, not because I need it. But it's funny how, you know, I didn't need it, but every freaking morning I had to have it. Hey, you know what I mean? So it is, it can be deceiving, that's for sure. And so, like I said, you just have to be truthful. You have to be open-mindedness, and you have to be willing to the program, and to you have to be finished, and you have to be willing to do the work. I go into, you know, how they say, if you do nothing, nothing happens. Well, then guess what? Nothing's gonna happen. So I encourage you to reach out. Well, I guess that's all I got for today for this episode of When the Smoke Clears. If you need any help, if you need to talk to someone, if you know, want to do, maybe if you feel like you want to reach out and share your story, give me a call, shoot me an email, and I will definitely see what we can do to maybe do one of these videos with someone out there who's willing to share their story. Again, my number is 210-278-2619. 210-278-2619. My email is joelscorpflow@gmail.com. That's JOELSCORPFLO@gmail.com. Shoot me a message, shoot me a phone call, and shoot me an email, and I will see what I can do to, you know, help in any way I can. You know, navigate you to the, you know, different resources that I know, different people, and if I can help in any way, shape, or form, then I'll do. And just know that I care, the community cares, and I guess that's it. Till the next time of When the Smoke Clears, we'll see. Thank you.